Those who would give up a little bit of liberty for the promise of security deserve neither liberty or security. And what do you have now? Here in Kershaw County, you have neither.
Whatever purpose you need to be necessary and proper for your fellow slaves on this collective plantation.
Mr. Maddox, we won't use words like steal when we're a government body. Make a judgment call. Thank you very much. With that, we move up. Jeff Maddox. Mr. Maddox.
Please, Massa. Massa, please do not rob me anymore. Massa, please let me keep the fruits of my labor on your plantation. Massa, please.
Are you a supporter of government economic development, government interference into free markets? Well, there are several things that you must agree upon if you do support government economic development. These assumptions, you must be present for you to support it. Assumption one, government can plan the economy. Government can centrally plan and control economic growth and have it here and have it there, don't have it here, don't have it there. They can plan everything. Free markets do not work. Do you believe that only government can produce economic benefits? Only government can build spec buildings for companies and corporations. Number three, experts work for the government. Now, how many of you out there believe that the government has so many experts that they can plan every aspect of the economy? Number four, a majority of the people support economic development. This is a fallacy that I know is not true. Here in Kershaw County, Vision 2030, less than 900 people even took a survey with some predisposed answers to predisposed questions in order to generate the outcome they want. Less than 900 out of 67,000. So we know that that's an illusion too. But you must assume that if you're going to support economic development. Number five, your money is government's money. It's not your money. You must believe that taxation, they can tax you all they want to provide economic development, to provide little jobs, to build spec buildings and water parks and that sort of thing. You must assume that it's not your money, it's their money. They're just going to allow you to keep so much. Number six, politicians, when elected, turn into geniuses. You have to believe that. If you support Julie Burns, the Gang of Three, and the Three Stooges driving these economic boondoggles right down your throat, you must believe they're geniuses. Now, how many politicians you know that is a genius? Certainly not here in Kershaw County. Number seven, involuntary force and taxes. You believe in being forced to pay for these boondoggles, these spec buildings, empty spec buildings, and water parks at the swamp, and bike paths and greenways and that kind of thing. You must believe that that it is okay to have involuntary force against your neighbors and you to pay for this stuff. The reason we believe that is because it's easy, it's safe, and it's secure. See, somebody's there to take care of you. You don't want to take personal responsibility, so you rely on a thief, a politician that turns into a genius, and a bunch of experts that work for the government instead of a private sector because they can't get a job in the private sector. You believe them because it's easy. It's easy to steal from your neighbor and get these It's just like the horse industry here in Camden. It's non-profit. That is not profitable. Otherwise, there'd be investor after investor. What do? They come to the county and they want money to build this or build that. They want subsidies. And why? Because it's easy and it's safe to rob their neighbor. All you got to do is pay for a little bit of lobbying. Well, this is nowhere near the free market. But this is what the socialists, the communists, the neocons, and here in Kershaw County, the Republicans, because it's a Republican-controlled county council. Julie Burns is a Republican. Ben Connell's a Republican. David Snodgrass is a Republican. Al Bozard is a Republican. Those four vote to rob you and pay for this boondoggle, this socialist fascist plan. Nowhere near what America was built on. America was built on a free market. A free market. And in this, we assume, number one, people act in their own interest. Every one of you. Every one of us decide what is in our special interest, what is in our interest, what we need and we want each and every day. What I'm going to eat, where I'm going to live, what I'm going to drive, how much I'm going to spend, how much I'm going to save. We make these decisions every day. There's billions and billions and billions of decisions made by millions and millions and millions of people each day. Now, we don't assume that government can know all that. There's no way government can know what the special interest of each individual is. Number two, no one or no group can predict or plan all. It doesn't matter how many bureaucrats, how many experts, how many politician geniuses you have over here. No one and no group can predict what's going to happen between billions and billions of decisions. Three, competition provides the best service and the best price. You see it all the time. Phone companies competing, driving prices down. Back in the 70s, the gas wars, where they were competing and it drove the prices down. Look at washing machines and vehicles and everything. Competition provides the best service and price. Now, how do you do that? Well, people vote. Every person on the planet votes with their money. If a car company builds a car that falls apart after a year, and another car company but had one that'll last 30 years, that word's going to get out. The next thing you know, people are not buying the fall apart car. They're buying the 30-year last forever car. They vote with their pocketbook. Number five, voluntary and unpredictable. The free market is voluntary, and we're making millions of decisions, and it's unpredictable. You don't know which one's going to win. It's a true majority rule, because the majority will find the best product. They will find the best idea. Just like of competition in schools. You'd have different little schools with different teachers competing for the money to educate children. You'd see a price range, a vast price range. And the worst of the worst would get a reputation as such, and it would be driven out of the market. This is how a true free market works. It doesn't work like this. Look at Love's. When Love's Travel Plaza comes to Kershaw County, they didn't ask the government diddly squat. They're investing their own money, their own resources, their own time. Yeah, they got to jump through the government rules and regulations, but they're investing millions of dollars, and they're going to be profitable from day one when they open up. Whereas county council, they spent $3.8 million on one building that's empty. No idea when that'll ever get filled. Paying $40,000 a month on a bond that now they tie their taxes to. Nowhere near the free market. The free market will do it and it won't cost you a dime. As a matter of fact, you get a service out of it. When Love's opens, I can go to Arby's there. I can fill gas there. I can't do any of that down at the old Belt building. 7, it's unknown and it's dangerous to government. Government can't control free market. The free market controls itself. It's self-regulated by votes of every person making decisions, so that the best ideas come to the surface. On this side, it's all about force. It's all about control. It's all about central planning. Communism, fascism, freedom. It's hard and it's unsafe and it's insecure. Those who would give up a little bit of liberty for the promise of security deserve neither liberty or security. And what do you have now? Here in Kershaw County, you have neither. You have taxation like crazy and a boondoggle called economic development. We do not have a free market. It might be time for a change. Jeff Maddox, good day.
Whatever purpose you need to be necessary and proper for your fellow slaves on this collective plantation.
Mr. Maddox, we won't use words like steal when we're a government body. Yes, with that, we move to the next item.
Mr. Chairman, if I may,
Yeah.
I need a point of order for clarification.
Yes.
I don't enjoy being called a thief. I don't enjoy saying I steal. But I think the public has a right to get up here and speak before us and do it somewhat freely as long as they're not attacking individuals personally. Mr. DeVos.
Fellow slaves on this collective plantation.
Mr. Maddox, we won't use words like steal, or enforce. Make a judgment call. Thank you very much. With that, we move up. Jeff Maddox. Mr. Maddox.
Please, Massa. Massa, please do not rob me anymore. Massa, please let me keep the fruits of my labor on your plantation. Massa, please.